Don't let these tears fool you. There's all dog around this mug. I'm good.
Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And welcome to the State of the Saints podcast post-game show. The Saints, unfortunately, get their third straight loss, this time to the Detroit Lions by a score of 33-28. At the podium, we have one of the worst coaches in NFL history, Dennis Allen, to talk to the media.
Different situations.
Well,
They're both totally different situations.
In what regard?
They're totally different situations. All right, we're not getting in. They're totally
back up a little bit.
situations. Different.
I want to make sure I don't forget anything.
This game, and I thought our guys fought back and battled back. Obviously, we understand there's no participation trophies in our league, so we're going to take the loss. We're going to own it. But there was a lot of things that I was encouraged by in the game. So, but obviously we've got to still play better. So go ahead.
Last year, you said you probably needed to sit Jameis because injuries were piling up. Is there a consideration for doing that with Derek now that he's left 3 times?
I think both of those are totally different situations.
No, they're not.
They're both totally different situations.
No, they're not.
In what regard?
They're totally different situations. All right. We're not getting into what we did last year, what we're doing this year. All right. Look, Derek's in the concussion protocol right now, so we'll evaluate that as we go.
Other things other than concussion potentially serious?
I don't know that. I mean,
It's his second.
he's going in for evaluation on a couple of different things, but he's in the concussion protocol. And look, I didn't mean to shut down your question, but
yes, you did.
yeah, I mean, look, obviously with injuries, you certainly got to pay attention to that. But I'm not getting into the business of we're going to compare things from one year to the next. So
Just phrase it that way because y'all had precedent of doing that, and Derek's had the same shoulder injury 3 times and concussion.
Thank you, Catherine.
Protocol twice now.
Yeah.
So I was asking if there's any consideration of maybe giving him a rest.
got it.
Is there any mounting concern at all with it being concussion protocol again? 3.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think anytime you have a concussion, it's concerning. So, yeah, that certainly, and yeah, there's concern with some of the injuries that he's suffered. So look, we'll just like we do all the time, we'll go in and evaluate where he's at physically, and see where he's at physically, and then we'll go from there.
How difficult do you think it was for this team to probably recognize some of the atmosphere? A lot of Lions fans were in the stands. There were a lot of booing early on.
No, look, I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was noticeable, and that's our job to change it. So, I was proud of the way that our guys, fought
Hopefully
back, got back in
him.
game, gave ourselves a real opportunity, and at the end we just couldn't get it done.
And to what do you attribute the early hole? I mean, was that just poor execution, or was it?
Well, look, I mean, you have to give those guys some credit, right? I mean, they're a good team. They're second in the league in offense.
Problem is, we
and they
giving
took
too
the ball
many
right
teams
down the
credit
field on
in
the first drive.
half.
We missed a tackle on the one run play, which created an explosive play, and they scored a touchdown. And then backs against the wall, we turned the ball over. And they were able to get another touchdown. And so now all of a sudden you're starting the game down 14-0. So we didn't start well. We battled back, we scratched and clawed and got ourselves back into this, and we're going to keep swinging and
same old, trying to
chopping wood. And I told the team, look, we're eventually going to break through.
Trying to control the narrative. All the good qualities we got.
Derek's performance, especially in the third quarter, was maybe motivated by the booing. Did you see any correlation?
I wouldn't be able to answer that question. I mean, obviously, we're all prideful, we're all competitive, and we want to perform. And so, I thought after, he kind of settled in a little bit, I thought there was a stretch there where he played, really, really well. And, it was unfortunate that he got injured.
Early this week, there was a lot of conversation about does the team have or not have identity. Did you see the identity you wanted to see for this team?
Yeah, look, I mean,
We fought.
our guys fought. All right, we weren't perfect. I didn't like the execution early on. I thought it got better as the game went on. I did see explosive plays down the field, which I thought we could, potentially create. So yeah, I mean, I saw some things that I liked, and yet there's a few mistakes that end up handful of plays that kind of end up costing you the game, and those are the plays that we have to eliminate. Well, look, I mean, he's a good player. They got a lot of good weapons. All right. So there were some times where, we made a conscious decision to take Amon-Ra St. Brown out of the game. And when you do that and you devote more resources to that, it opens up some other areas. So
keep in mind for the last three games, tight ends been
he's a
eating
good player.
all
They're good
week.
offense. They've
been eating every
moved
game
the ball
for the
on
last
a
3
lot
weeks.
of teams. So,
but you can't control the best of them.
but-
Okay.
that was probably the big reason why is we devoted a few resources in other areas.
When you don't win these one-score games, when you come close again, do you think that at any point erodes a team's confidence to believe that they can do it?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything eroding the confidence of this team right now. I mean, we're going to keep chopping wood, all right? And that's the only thing you can do in this league. We're going to leave the naysaying to everybody else outside the building. We're just going to focus on what we have to do to try to improve in those areas so that hopefully we can eventually break through and win some of these one-score games that you're talking about, because we're obviously close, and we just got to keep chopping wood.
It's week 13. You talking about they close.
Yeah, it looked like from the shot I saw, it looked like as Derek was coming out under center to toss the ball, and James Hurst is, pulling and reaching. It looked like he, hit the ball.
You use that expression, leave the naysaying to those outside the building. Is that something that the teams in general have to make sure does not get into the locker room? And does this
Yeah.
team help you believe that maybe?
Yeah, look, I mean, look, nothing positive comes out of being doom and gloom. Like obviously you got to make the corrections that need to be made. All right. And then you've got to try to accentuate the positives, and you got to try to minimize the negatives. That's what you have to be able to do
in 12 games.
And look, we keep swinging, and eventually one of these turns our way, and we make the play at the end of the game that gives us an opportunity to win the game. All right. And then you develop some confidence from there. So that's where we're at as a football team.
I know it doesn't come down to one speech or one thing someone says, but was there anything you heard or saw or liked while you were down 21-0?
I like the fight.
That spirit.
I like that.
Well, look, I mean, I think our guys just got over on the sideline and realized that we got to keep fighting. You really got two choices when it's in that situation. Okay, you can take the easy way out and you can give up, wave the white flag. All right, with a loser's mentality, or you can keep fighting.
You already have.
And our guys chose to keep fighting. And look, we battled back. We gave ourselves a chance to win against a really good football team. We didn't get it done.
It may be that, but what was the message at halftime?
We got to keep fighting.
That exact message. Keep swinging.
Did they surprise you that they threw the ball when you win in that situation?
Talking about the last play?
Yes, sir.
No. That's kind of been something that they've been, ready to do in those situations. And yet you're in a situation where you can't let them run it, and yet they can take the ball off the line of scrimmage and throw it. They made a play in that particular situation.
Those that checked out the pregame, how many drinks y'all got down right now for all the same things we talked about? How many drinks? How many shots?
Well, I think it was always part of the plan to utilize Taysom in some of these plays. And then I think as the flow of the game went on, and particularly early on, I thought there was some success with some of the things we were doing with Taysom. And so we probably utilized it a little bit more.
Was it actually a tough decision
thought we had an opportunity on the big play down the field with Taysom in at quarterback too.
Was it actually a tough decision late in the game when Jameis obviously coming in late in the game and Taysom having been running the ball?
No, look, I mean, our plan has always been, if anything happened to Derek, Jameis is a quarterback, and we'll use Taysom in the same role that we've, always utilized him.
And is it the same scenario again? The concussion keeps him out as a shoulder bone?
Well, that's one thing that we're going to look at. So, all right, guys, thanks.
And ladies and gentlemen, the comedy stylings of head coach Dennis Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, Def Comedy Jam or Comic View could not do it better. But the New Orleans Saints lose by a score of 33-28. Same old song and dance. We got to fight. We got to chop wood. We got to stand on top of wood. We got to carry the log. We got to carry, man, bro. Who's tired of this? Like, seriously, who is tired of this? I know I am. I'm extremely tired of watching this. It's like one of those situations where people are pretending like they don't know what the issue is. The issue is him and his coaching staff are inept. And, you got to give credit where credit is due. This team did indeed fight today, but that's the reason why these guys are keeping jobs. I said this on social media. It's character that was keeping the Saints in the game, not coaching. It's the character of your team. It's the fact that they don't want to quit. They don't lay down. They're going to continue to fight because of the character that they have inside of the locker room. It has nothing to do with the coaching. And it's absolutely embarrassing. And the fact that we all know that Mickey Loomis, the general manager of the New Orleans Saints, is going to use this type of game as leverage and also reason to keep Dennis Allen around is just downright. It's just downright asinine. Like, it is absolutely funny at this point. And quite frankly, it ain't even worth really getting upset about, because this is just, it's funny. It's just funny that this team just do not want to embrace the future. They just rather just keep on trying to make. You ever know somebody that needed a new car and you keep telling them, in this case, we need a new car too, but an actual automotive vehicle. And they keep on man, I'm gonna get this fan belt. I'm gonna get this engine fixed. I'm gonna get this. Dude, why don't you just buckle down and just get a brand new vehicle? Why can't you just do that? Nah, man, I ain't about to do that, man. All it needs is a new alternator. All it needs is a new radiator. That is what this team is. Instead of them just realizing that the car has had its day, and I mean that literally and figuratively. How about you move on and go and find something else that's better to help your team for the sake? Obviously, there's some talent on this football team. If you didn't have talent, there's no way in the world that you're going to come back down from 21 points the way that they did. So you got some talent right there. But when you don't have the coaches to get it out of them consistently, game in, game out, week in, week out, what are we trying to do? The inconsistency is the most frustrating thing about all this. Who didn't believe that the Saints didn't have the talent to be able to put points on the board? I don't think there's a Saints fan that's in this chat. There's not a Saints fan that is listening to this right now that did not believe that. That didn't believe that the Saints don't have the talent in order for them to generate points. The problem is, and where the frustration comes in as a fan base, is the fact that it is so inconsistent. And when you watch these guys, matriculate the ball down the field, drive down the field, and generate points, it just makes you frustrated. Because that the performance that you've seen today, them basically being perfect in the red zone, they'll look completely opposite. They'll completely look opposite against the Carolina Panthers on next week. All you can do is just nod your head in frustration. Then there's no change coming. There's no change. This game right here, I'm telling you, the way Mickey Loomis operates, from what I see, he is putting more stock into the fact that the Saints almost came back in that game versus how this team looks at the beginning of this game. He's not even taking that into account. I know he's not. And he's the guy, once again, man, if I get a new radiator, if I get a new fan belt, he's that guy. I'm sick of this. I'm absolutely sick of this. Look, we can't. I mean, I can't have a long show today. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna go for about the 1 hour mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines. I'm not gonna hold up too much time. So I'm gonna let everybody kind of get in. I'm asking everybody, look, we got to keep the I have a dream speeches to a minimum. All right. I know everybody frustrated. I know everybody mad. I know everybody got a lot to say. But I'm actually somebody keep it to 5 minutes. All right. Of 2 to 5 minutes of your time. All right. 2 to 5. All right. 2 preferably. 3 preferably. I say 3 preferably. All right. So we can make sure that we get through everybody. All right. But all in all, this is absolutely a disgrace. A disgraceful performance. A disgraceful just in front of the home fans. People were pretty much loud and proud. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I might get a lot of flack for saying this. I really do. I might get a lot of flack for saying this, but at this point, you got a question. I'm wondering to myself, how severe was this dude injuries to a point where he's gonna take himself out the game? Because I don't feel bad about saying this because it seems like every time the pressure is on, it seems like this dude always seems to get hurt. But miraculously, he always seems to play the next week. His arm is almost off the bone, but he's playing next week. He had a concussion, but he's playing next week. He has a back injury, but he's playing next week. I'm sorry. I know it's a physical game, but I gotta ask this question: like, is this dude taking himself out of games in certain situations to save himself? Because you got to think about it. What was he, 14 or 15? He was 14 or 15. So to me, in a way, he salvaged his credibility by going on that hot streak. And then all of a sudden you get hit and then you can't come back into the game. But then you turn around and play every week. I'm sorry. I know some people like, oh, TJ, you being innocent. No, I'm just saying. This dude seems, every time this team gets down, or every time it seems like the league is insurmountable or it's crucial situations, he takes this big hit, he gets hurt, he can't finish the game. But we all having these speculations. Oh, is Derek Carr going to play? Oh man, there's no way he's going to play. And then all of a sudden he's practicing on Wednesday. I'm just wondering, like seriously, I can't be the only person feeling this. And as a matter of fact, I wish I would have said this on the pregame show because I had a conversation with my brother EJ when I was saying earlier. I said, I can tell you what happened. And one of the things that I said he's going to do something. I said he's going to be trying way too hard or he's going to end up getting hurt. This is something I feel like we need to talk about. This dude gets hurt every time for like, it seems like every time he does something that's kind of salvageable, he automatically just gets hurt. I mean, if I'm starting to think is like, I know I say stuff like self-preservation. I'm wondering to myself, is this dude really like seriously? Like, is this dude like the pressure getting to him, or is he that petty to a point where the fans were booing him and he goes on this run and he takes himself out of the game? Like, okay, now y'all gonna see y'all really need me. I'm just being, look, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry because I think we have a large enough sample size to see this. We got a large enough sample size to actually wonder, is this the case? Because dude looked like he phoning it in. How is it that you can't finish a game? Oh, I'm in so much pain. And then 2 days later you can practice and go out there and play a whole entire game like nothing happened. So I don't know. I don't know. We're going to go to Chosen. Chosen, how you doing? Chosen, are you there? I think Chosen having an issue with his audio there. I'm pretty and Thad said, nah, he got popped. He probably did, but how is it? Like I'm saying, he got destroyed by the Minnesota Vikings, right? Yeah, well, I guess the fact that, they had a bye week, I guess that wouldn't be a good example, but there's been like games against the Panthers and we thinking like it's something serious. And then all of a sudden, like he just leaves the game. And then we supposed to like be okay with the fact that, okay, you didn't have enough to finish the game, but 2 days later you can practice ready for the next game. All right, we're back with Chosen. Chosen, how you doing, man?
What's going on, TJ? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What you got for us?
Oh man, I'm a pretty much, man. It's just crazy, bro. Like, honestly, all I can say was this was probably the most entertaining game I can see watching because honestly, bro, when we went up 14, when we went down 14-0, and then it be 21-0, I got excited, bro. 'Cause I'm like, well, finally, this is what it's gonna take, you know? Maybe this
Right,
is this is what we need for it to happen. And I was excited, bro. I was damn near rooting for Detroit, bro. Like, keep it going. I was pissed off when we scored because
right.
how inconsistent could you be where y'all can't even lose a game? Like y'all
Mm.
can't even just get blown out to the fact where we can fire this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? The inconsistency. Like, how are you inconsistent with being inconsistent?
Right, right,
Like y'all want to go on a run now? No,
man.
it's like we can't win for losing, bro. It's like you said, like how miserable do we have to be until they happy? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mel House from The Simpsons. But that's where they come from. But bro, like think about it, TJ, bro. Like the crowd was booing, the players was giving up. I never watched the NFL game where it was so blatant and so obvious that these dudes ain't won't play. And I'm like you, and there's no coincidence, bro. For the last few, every time Carr, it seemed like he in the position to try to will us back, or he do something, he take a sack, or he miss a wide open, or he lay down, he roll over, he hold that stomach, and it be he hold his stomach, but it be a
Mm,
shoulder injury. I don't get
right.
it. You
Yeah, I
know,
don't know.
you know what I'm saying? And like you say, come Wednesday, he don't even show up on the injury report.
Yep.
The dude, not a questionable, not a rest, not out, no MRI, no nothing, just full participant. You know
And
what I'm
my thing
saying?
is, like, why are we supposed to accept that? Like, look, I understand that injuries occur. I really do. But it just seemed like to me, like these injuries always seem to occur at the same time. Fourth quarter,
Every
late in
time.
games when you got to make a play. And like, honestly, dude strikes me. I'm man, dude strikes me as one of the people that's that petty. Like, seriously. Like, it would not like I ain't saying the dude didn't get popped, but I feel like it had a lot to do with the fact that you go 14 for 15 after being booed out of the building, right? And he was already mad at like he has terrible body language. It's pretty obvious that he was upset, right, Chosen? So
Right,
he's
right.
sulking on the sidelines. You can see in his face like people were booing him. It was really getting to him. You can see Ronald Curry kind of patting him like, man, don't listen to the folks. So you go 14 or 15, and that's the last image that we have. So now you got some of these Carr supporters. What if Carr would have stayed in the game? What if he would have stayed in the game? The Saints probably would have came back.
It'd have been more
And
booze. The booze would have
yeah,
got louder.
yeah,
That's
but
all.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
dude strikes me as a person that's about self-preservation, and he seems like that type of petty person. But yeah, go ahead,
And
man.
and
You
and
finish
yeah,
up.
man, and to wrap it up, man, Dennis Allen, that's not it. He's not it, bro. The coach, just get rid of him, bro. Like fire this dude. Like what is you holding on to it for? And like you say, the narrative gonna be Dennis Allen. Oh, they fought back. He said the press conference, they couldn't wait to use that. They came
Yeah,
back. They fought hard and said it don't matter. Why were we down in the first place? The
right,
same thing make us laugh, make us cry. You were
right.
the reason why we down in the first place. But just
Yeah,
fire the dude. Bro. That's all I gotta say. Hashtag fire Dennis Allen. We're gonna start it. Fire Mickey Loomis. You know, Gail, if she got to come in here, that's the problem. Everybody lazy. Everybody depending on somebody to do the job. You know,
mm-hmm.
Sean was everything, bro. Sean was the
Yeah,
GM. He was the owner. He was everything. So now these people actually got to earn a damn paycheck. Can't everybody they walk around like they don't know how to run the organization, and it's starting to show. That's
yep,
sad though, bro. That's why you don't have everybody doing one thing. Because one person go down, the whole ship go down. But that's all I
yep,
got, TJ, bro. This whole organization, they need to move on from the Sean Payton ways, and everybody needs to start learning how to earn their damn paycheck. Sean Payton not coming back. Drew Brees not coming back. Well, honestly, I wouldn't want them to come back because we ain't doing nothing but holding ourselves hostage. So just salvage the whole season, wrap it up. Bench Carr, you don't even put him back out there, which he gonna play next week, and there's gonna be more excuses. So
yep.
that's all I got, TJ, bro. Like this team is trash, and it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, and it is what it is. That's how I feel. Chosen, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the call, man. And shout out to Chosen. Look, all I gotta say is this, man. It's very, very simple. The Saints aren't going to go anywhere under Dennis Allen, as their head coach. And as soon as they recognize that, the better. And to me, I just feel like if Mickey Loomis can't understand that or can't see that, then I think that he needs to be fired too. Like, but we know that nobody's going to fire Mickey Loomis because He's in bed, like he's in bed with everybody up at the top. So we pretty much stuck with this. We stuck with this. Absolutely stuck with this. This is sad. Any other organization after this performance, like any organization after this performance would fire their head coach. Come back or not. Because here's the thing. We all know that this team has a lot of character. We know that this team is good. You can't, that's the problem. You cannot get the best out of these players on a consistent basis. But once again, we know what's going to happen. Dennis Allen, Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis is going to look at this performance. Oh, they fought back. They didn't quit on him. And he's going to live to fight another day. And I am absolutely sick of this crap. We're going to go to Patrick Mahomes, a.k.a. Dalton. Dalton, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. You know, it's aggravating game.
Yeah, man. Got a big game coming up this evening, man. You know, good luck to you.
Yeah.
What you got for us, man?
About Derek Carr though, like what you said though, like injury or not though, like I feel like he's worried about losing his job. But the thing is, like, if he was coming back and I got injured, they still boo him. Like, I don't blame the fans though. Like, he got what he deserves. I mean, I don't wish anyone injured though, but like when he got really booed, that's why I was like, I felt the same way though. That's what, like, you know, he's throwing picks, not surprised. Fumble the ball. Like, he's just I think he's a worse Saints free agent than Jerry Spurd and Brandon Brown, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Look, Dalton, look, I agree. Because here's the thing. When it came to Jairus Byrd just had like injuries and stuff like that. And yeah, he didn't live up to expectations, but at least Jairus wanted to be here. Like he just kept getting hurt. Like with Derek Carr is a me guy. And like I said, I've never seen a player like a fan base just turn on him so fast. Like like this dude was like the toast of the town when he first came in a lot of circles. Now all of a sudden, like he's like public enemy number one. I never seen anything like this. Like this dude, like basically trumps Anthony Davis. Like Anthony, like he's like in Anthony Davis territory when it comes to New Orleans fans now. It's amazing, man, the way that people just turned on this guy.
They did. And also here's what I would have done though right now. Like Dennis Allen, he's got to go. Like I would say promote Joel Thomas as the interim head coach because he already knows the system and the scheme though.
Right.
And Hey Carmichael, he's got to go. I would say put Ronald Curry as the offense coordinator. And Mickey Loomis, like you said, I know he won't get fired though. Mickey Loomis, he has got to go. He's the one who hired Dennis Allen. He got too lazy hiring like Eric Bieniemy, Doug Pearson, Brian Flores. All he wanted to hire was the Sean Payton's develop, which is kind of pathetic.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty pathetic, man. And, you know, we just need change, Dalton. That's it, man. We just need some change and something that people can actually believe in. You know, because people tired of this, man. And honestly, even like Michael Thomas, like you was following like on Twitter, like this dude was like tweeting like his displeasures all game long, like about him, you know, like Derek Carr making mistakes and stuff like that. And to me, I don't think that's a coincidence. You know why I feel like he did that? It's because this dude want to get out of here. And by doing this, you know what I'm saying? He basically like kind of putting the organization in a type situation, right? Or you out here voicing your displeasure to the general public about us. So to me, I feel like he's trying to get himself up out of here.
I think so too. I think he ain't coming back to the Saints. I think he just wants out there. Like I think he's not gonna play the rest of the season. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, I don't even blame him. Like you look at Alvin Kamara getting off that field, man. Like I said, man, this dude looked completely dejected. Like when they couldn't convert on that third down with Jameis Winston with Chris Olave on the comeback route, and then man was just nodding his head, bro. But it's like ain't no end in sight, man. The only way this can change if you get some new coaching out here.
Right, because I would say like go ahead and get rid of Dennis Allen. If I'm the Saints, go offensive minded coach. And like once you get offensive mind coach, you better ride defensive coordinator.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep, absolutely, man. You got anything else for us, Pat Mahomes?
Well, let's say I hope we beat the Packers. Hopefully MVS catch the ball, even though he's playing against his former team, the Packers.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it'll be motivated. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Like for everybody that's kind of new here, don't know what we're talking about. This is Dalton, a good friend to the show. He has a voice that sounds like exactly like Patrick Mahomes, which is like the joke. So some of people probably wonder like why are we calling him that? But yeah, that's the reason why, man. But Dalton, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the call. Good luck against the Packers, man. Throw 4 touchdowns for your boy.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for the show. Get me on, and I will do 4 touchdowns. I'll do the best I could.
All right, sounds good. Take care, man.
All right, you too, bro.
Shout out to Dalton, man, aka Pat Mahomes. He sounds exactly like Patrick Mahomes, man. It's amazing, man. The way I mean, you like if I didn't tell anybody who that was, you would actually think that. But shouts out to Damien, who in the chat, who actually brought that to everybody's attention. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to Money Mick. Mick, how you doing, man? Mick, are you there?
What's going on, good brother?
Hey, how you doing, man? Tough outing for the New Orleans Saints. Rough, man. What you got?
Yeah, man, I won't be long, man. I'm kind of disappointed. I was praying for like a 50-0 blowout today, so the Saints can finally make changes. I know that's sad as Saints fans that we hear, but it's frustrating because, you know, like you said, to your sentiments, Mickey Loomis is going to go on his weekly call and say that how close we were.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's just kind of sucked. I do have some hope though for Saints fans though. Man, you know, you never want to have a losing season, but hypothetically, if we was to lose majority of the games this year, you know, maybe we can draft a young quarterback. And I think I read today, I'm not sure if the price is right that I'm saying, but they said it's like $53 million a cap hit for Carr. Man, if I had $53 million on me right now, I'd donate it to the Saints just to help them out. Because I'm like, man, I'm okay with eating that and having a young rookie, Jaden Daniels, or, you know, any of these other superstars coming out on a rookie deal. You know, I don't know. I think we better off in the long run losing out this season, to be honest. And I was hoping that today would be a blowout, because if today was a blowout, man, it literally would have caused someone to get fired. I would have hoped so.
Yeah. That's why I think a lot of people felt like when they went up 21-0, everybody was like, you know, I hate to say it, but Saints fan was probably as excited as the Saints would have been going up 21-0. I think people started getting like mad, and I'm serious. Like, and I don't feel I'm pretty comfortable saying this because people were sending this to me. People were saying, man, I hope they don't come back. Like they were hoping that the Saints get mollywopped in order for the Saints organization to see that this dude is not good as a coach. But by them coming back, it's just only instilling more trust in him. Oh, look at him. We're really close. Like, man, fans tired of this stuff, man.
How are you close 12, 13 weeks in the season? You don't have an identity. And I've seen Dennis James Allen, you know, basically try to clap back at Kamara, what Kamara said about not having an identity. And Dennis said, well, you know, we do have – no, you don't, man. Like him and Derek Carr, I think Saints fans need to start a petition for a citizen's arrest for both of them impersonating NFL personnel. Like, Dennis Allen is not a head coach. Derek Carr is a backup quarterback at best. You know, Matt, I don't know what it is. Like, I thought about the Brandon Browner signing and the Jarvis Burry signing, but I think most Saints fans would agree with me. I don't like Derek Carr even personally. I'm just being honest. Like, just because of his actions that he said at the press conference and him fighting, you know, falling on the ground dramatically. I know he took a pop, but every 2 games he's getting carted out and he showing like he's such a hero. Man, the dude, and he's so disingenuous, even at the podium. You know, and then it's unfair for Jameis because Jameis never gets thrown in a game at the beginning of the game. He gets thrown into it where he already has to help the Saints get out of something, you know, get out of the hole or something like that. But I don't care what nobody say. Jameis Winston is not the answer as far as long term, but Jameis Winston is a better quarterback than Derek Carr. And
I definitely agree with that, but I'm going to say this because I like Jameis, but dude, bruh, you had Chris Olave open twice. You got to hit that. Like, for real. Like, you got to hit it. Like, even the biggest Jameis Winston supporter out there, you got to concede. Dude got to hit that pass. And, you know, I get it. I get it. The situation and the scenarios and stuff like that, him coming into the game cold in the fourth quarter when the game on, I get all that. But, bro, you had 2 opportunities to extend them drives. One of them, I ain't going to lie to you, was just by the grace of God, Chris Olave caught that pass. But all I'm saying is, bro, you got to throw that. You got to complete that pass. You complete that pass, we probably talking a completely different story. But I definitely agree with you. When it comes to like wanting to be here, wanting to be a leader, you know, taking criticism when warranted, giving credit when warranted. He checks all the boxes. And Derek Carr, to me, Derek Carr wants to be admired by people, but at the same time, man, you got to put your foot forward. Like you can tell, like he was sulking like a petulant child when people was booing him. But I mean, to his credit, I mean, he came out there and he played better. You know, so maybe it's safe for Andy to boo his ass every week. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, and I'll say this and head up out of here, man. You know the thing, and you absolutely right. Jameis should have hit that, especially the one where Olave was on a curl route and he was wide open and Jameis just was off target. He should have hit that. Yep. The thing as just me personally, where I understand it with Jameis a little bit more. We've seen him under Sean Payton, you know, with way less talent, you know, around him. And he went 14 TDs and 3 interceptions. And, you know, he looked like he was on his way, you know, because that's what a coach's job is to do, is to develop your players and help your players. Carr has been in the league 9 years and have been mid for the last 9 years. And even I was a victim of falling for those stats. I was excited. I'm so embarrassed. I had to ask God for forgiveness. I told my uncle that Derek Carr was going to be the next best quarterback since Drew. The amount of crow that I've been eating this year has been embarrassing. But I've literally never seen a situation where everybody pretty much is over a quarterback in his first year with the team. And I think Saints fans are just kind of over, like, just this whole thing in general. We just kind of want to blow it up. Let's just kind of, to be honest, start over. Like, get a young quarterback. Michael Thomas, unfortunately, is probably not going to be back. Take the young talent that you have and build around that. We kind of tired of being conservative and just, like you said, the car analogy. We just fixing a car that's been busted the last 3-4 years. It's over with, man.
Right.
But
yeah, I agree with it. Yeah, I mean, you got these Cape Crusaders on social media still talking about Carr and bigging up. Like, bruh, how many games have you seen of Derek Carr? They acting like this game, like this dude been playing like this all season. This is the highest quarterback rating this dude had this entire season. Right? This is the best game he probably played this entire season. How many games have the Saints played? 12. It's time, it's time to move on, man, and try to get something better. But Mick, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the call, man.
TJ, hold on one quick sec, man. I just want to can I give you these 2 stats that's important that I want everybody to consider. Number one, this is kind of unfortunate. Matt Moscona said that no Saints head coach, with the exception of one, and I think over 6 years of history, has been fired within 3 seasons. They usually get 3 seasons. That's discouraging for one. Number two, I'm just being honest. I know Derek Carr might have looked better today, but we got to understand, too, that Detroit was, I think they ranked number 30 in red zone offense.
Thank you.
Just something to throw in. I'm gone. Just something to throw in.
Thank you very much, Mick. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for that stat, man. Call back anytime.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's my whole point. While people trying to validate this and talking about, man, you know, he don't suck, and people talking about how bad he play. I'm like, dude done played 12 games. And in 12 games, this is the game. Like, bro, dude didn't just start. This ain't his first start. So you're going to sit up here and use this game as validation after you got an 11-game sample size of this dude with up and down football play. This is what I'm saying. This is when you have people out here that just trying to be right. They don't even try to put any type of logic or thought into it. It's just emotion and feelings, just trying to be right. Probably said that the dude was good. Then he started playing bad. Now they want to jump out the trees to validate it. Like, what an absolute freaking joke. Some of you observers are, or lack thereof, like jokes. Like, don't try to sell me Derek Carr on week 13 of the NFL season when this dude has played in 12 games. So out of 12 games, he has one game where he looks pretty top notch, and all of a sudden you want to run and say, "Gee," Like, what are you, delusion? You look, are you Mickey Loomis? Are you the Saints organization? Because you got to be delusional your damn self. But we're going to go to 99 Dog. What's going on, man? How you doing?
All right. How you doing, TJ, man?
I'm doing all right. What you got for us?
None. I'm the one who made that comment about being a fan since the Dicker days, and I'm like, man, like I never seen him look this bad in like so long. Like, what is going on? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, it's bad the way that they look at, man. But I felt, I ain't gonna lie, at the beginning of this game, I felt like it was almost like a silent protest. Like, man, we gonna show y'all, you know what I'm saying, that we needed some change. And a part of that, I still feel that way. I just think that those guys' character, like that's what kept these guys in the game, because you got prideful guys that are in leadership roles, and they just couldn't lay down. And that's what's saving Dennis Allen and that coaching staff. It has zero to do with Dennis Allen.
Man, like, I know that Carr interception, it was like off of Jawan Johnson's hand, but man, like A.T. Perry was running free. Like man, I don't know if he would have scored or not, but like he definitely could have got at least 40, 50 yards. And I'm like, man, like how can he miss that guy? Like, God.
And you know the sad thing about it is, it wasn't like he was under pressure. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, like he had pressure all up in his face. This dude, like I counted, he had 4 Mississippis to throw that football. 4. So you know what that is, dog. It's like you can look through your progressions at least twice. So like the fact is, like if you look at his eyes, he never looked at that side of the field.
Never looked at him, man. Like that guy was running free. Like
now he didn't look at him one time. He didn't look at him at all. And that man was like running. That man was about as open as anybody I ever seen. Like, bro, it just how?
Oh man, like and the coaching staff. Like, do you think that they can like do you think he can turn around specifically if like they get a different coach that can maybe coach him up or like tell him about his decision making, or what you think? Or you think this is just like who he is no matter who the coach is?
Are you hold on? You talk about Derek Carr, or are you talking about James?
Derek Carr.
Yeah, no. Look, this is how I feel about him. Do I think like Derek Carr, he's serviceable? I just think that he's not one of those quarterbacks, and I think the Saints thought that he was, but he's not one of those quarterbacks that can be able to rise above the coaching. You need somebody that's going to be able to reel him in. Do I think he's the worst quarterback ever? No. I think he's decent, but to think that he's elite or think that he's about to be a league MVP, I just think that's wishful thinking. You can find a coach to get like the best out of him, but as far as like him being like a top tier quarterback, no. Like, I think if you get a better coach and kind of reel him in, and you'll probably get some better quarterback play out of him. But all in all, like, no, like not with this coaching staff. They're not good enough.
Yeah, man. Like I was one of those guys who was lobbying for him. I even thought about copping the guy's jersey, like for real, because I thought for sure he would like elevate the team at least a little bit. But I'm like, man, we really spent $150 million on this guy, and I'm like, oh man, like it's disheartening, man. Like I've never seen him look this bad in so long. Like it's really heartbreaking. Like as a longtime fan, like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean it is for me, man, and I don't see an end in sight, like until you actually fire these guys. But they'll live to fight another day, I mean, all we're gonna be hearing this week is, man, they fought, and you got DA, aka Paul Bunyan, up here talking about chopping wood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the quicker picker up or the bounty guy, whatever. I don't know what the hell going on. Don't care. You know what I'm saying? Whatever metaphorical term you can use. It's not gonna work, man. But 99, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the call. Call back anytime, man, and thank you for your comments in the chat.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man, and I enjoy the show very much. Have a good one, bro.
All right, you too, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Who that? Yeah, shouts out to 99 Dog, man. Shouts out to everybody that called in, man, chimed in the chat. We still got a few more minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this time to acknowledge some of the donations as well as read some of the comments in the chat here. Shouts out to Willie. Willie says Chris Olave should have caught that ball twice. I'm sorry. Well, look, let me tell you something. I'm not even gonna put that on Olave because look, this is not the game to talk about Chris Olave. I already said it, man. I said I got a new nickname for Chris Olave. Call that boy bail money because he was bailing these boys the hell out all game long. That short pass that David Carr, Derek Carr threw to him like he bailed him out. That tip pass that Jameis Winston caught that should have been a pick six shorty, he caught that pass. This is not the game to talk about Chris Olave. Like Chris Olave to me had like this is the Chris Olave that I wanted and I expected to see at the beginning of the season that I criticized his number one wide receiver moniker that people was ready to anoint him without him really truly putting in that work. This is the game that you look at and be like, this dude stepping up, this dude is out here making plays, he balling out. And you can see if they had some better quarterback play and some better offensive innovation, the dude would be the absolute truth. Like, man, bail money was handling his business. So I ain't got no problem with Chris Olave. Jameis Winston, like him or not, but you know what I'm saying? I like Jameis Winston, but you got to call a spade, man. We can't just be sitting up here because we have takes on Jameis and try to blame it on other people. Nah, bro. Dude should have made those plays. He should have been able to convert those, you know what I'm saying, on those plays. Chris Olave was open, right? And that comeback route was a little bit off. You got to call it for what it is. So there you go. Let's see. ATJ, you know I support your channel, but stop letting people wrenches come at you, come at your supporters, bro. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. You'll have to elaborate on that a little bit more. I know that people allow individuals to speak their mind, but they ain't about to like have you on there like just, you know, cussing and using all type of profanity and stuff like that. They kind of monitor that. So there's that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a level of respect. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't even know how to really comment on that, except for the fact that I just tell people to kind of, you know, police the chat as far as like things going a little bit too far, people going back and forth, getting a little personal, you know. Let's see. Anybody notice the biased commentary? Well, he's open, but he's not really open. When Carr misses two wide open wide receivers, especially in the fourth quarter. Well, look, all I know is that's the narrative, man. When your team is struggling, these guys know about the storylines, and they go into this briefed on what's going on with the team, and they just follow suit. You know what I'm saying? They just follow suit, and that's how they do it in their commentary. But I did not like how they was like, you know, going at Jameis Winston like that. Man came in the game cold as ice, and you know, it was like, see, that's the reason why the Saints are losing right now and all that. And then I think he made a comment like all the Saints fans that wanted Jameis Winston to be the starter over Derek Carr. Well, there's your answer. I'm like, 2 series? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if that's the case, then I guess we should have evaluated him based on what Derek Carr did in the first 2 series, which was absolutely nothing. You know, well, I didn't feel like that was right. Now, let me say this, and I'm going to, because I know I got to clarify, because some people, when you start bigging up or saying something positive about somebody, therefore that means that you support them and want them to be in this position. I can't tell y'all how many times I can say something positive about Jameis Winston and all of a sudden that you want him to be the starter. Never came out of my mouth. I want to make this very, very clear. Neither Derek Carr nor Jameis Winston, I feel, are the future of the New Orleans Saints. Neither one of them. I do not. But I feel like Jameis Winston is better than Derek Carr. I really feel that way strongly. Because there are more qualities to being a quarterback than just arm talent and ability. When I take into account quarterback play, it's not just about your quarterback play on the field. It's about you being an overall quarterback, showing leadership qualities, people believing in you, people, you know what I'm saying, wanting to follow you, you big up in people when in times of adversity, taking blame when necessary. So in those qualities, I feel like, you know, he is better. He's better. But do I feel like any one of these guys are the future of this franchise? It's been a while since I did this, but Bishop.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no.
Either one of them are the answer to me. That's why you need to go and draft yourself a quarterback in the first round, all these bad breaks, all these mistakes, and it seems like y'all gonna be picking in the top 10. So why not get yourself the future of your franchise? Why not? I mean, come on, man. Give it a shot. Y'all haven't drafted a quarterback since Archie freaking Manning in the first round. It's obvious people want more than what they've been given. And Derek Carr isn't the answer. Even though people want to hop out the trees now after one particular performance. Right, TJ? We need Gruden. I know we need Gruden, but I think you need a veteran coach. And I've been lobbying for Jim Harbaugh for I don't know how long. TJ, I feel like, bro, we not a good team. We play like our coaches sorry as you know what. Yeah, I do. I mean, they're not a good football team right now. And you can have all the good players in the world, but if you're not performing, you ain't winning nothing. Right, TJ, we need a younger quarterback, but Jameis is better than Carr. Yep. And in my opinion, I think that Jameis needs to start over Derek Carr. Like, Derek Carr, like, okay, what is this? His third concussion. He done messed his shoulder all up, right? And you in so much pain that you can't finish a game. Why y'all keep on bringing this dude out here? Why y'all keep on getting convinced that this dude can play? And I think that it is well within the media's rights to ask this dude this question. All of a sudden, Jameis had a back injury last year, right? And his back was so messed up, but he couldn't play. And they kept on bringing out Andy Dalton again and again and again, right? And it had nothing to do with Jameis. It's not Jameis' fault. No, we just trying to protect Jameis. We just trying to make sure he doesn't get seriously hurt. Meanwhile, the starting quarterback that you went out here and moved heaven and earth for, you went out there and got this guy, you know, and he's had all type of different injuries, but you keep on parading him out there. And you expect people to feel like you don't have a personal vendetta against Jameis Winston? I mean, what is it? Let Willy Wonka know that personal attack nor profanity will be tolerated here. Thank you very much for the $5, Mr. Mean. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what the heck going on. I really don't. I really don't know what's happening in the chat, and all I know is people ain't trying to see none of that profanity and stuff like that and going back and forth. This is an open forum, but we try to keep it positive here when it comes to like understanding and respecting people's opinion. Like, we ain't one of them shows where you just gonna sit up here and be snapping off on people. Like, that's for the X and the Twitters of the world, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be able to have like healthy conversations and people feel like, you know, it's a safe space to, you know, give their point of view, rather we agree with it or not. So if you out here cursing or whatever like that, man, that ain't the way to go. I don't know if anybody's doing that or not, but we try to respect people's opinion here. TJ, 2 million people, 40 bones per equal freedom from Carr. We have 2 million people in states covered area. So if everybody donate, hey, we needed to put some music to that, you know, with just $20. No, for only 20 cents a day, you can help this animal find a home, food, and shelter. That's what we should have put some music to that. 2 million people, 40 bones. For $20, you can help Derek Carr get out of town. That was it seemed like one of them infomercials we watching on TV at night. They be making you feel bad, be clinging at your heartstrings. They be showing them dogs looking all cold and, you know what I'm saying, be missing an eye and missing a paw. That's what you made it sound like. Let's see, DA let Carr get him fired in Oakland, and he's content to let him get fired here. Well, I ain't got no problem with that because he needs to go. Homeboy need to exit stage left on the real. I'm over it. I am absolutely over it. Kevin says, draft a quarterback and build on that, and a new coach and draft some more. I guess you mean some more players. I know you don't mean some old players. That's the problem right now. Not having young players. So I assume you mean draft some more players. Offensive line play. Okay, offensive line. I assume. I know you don't mean old players. I was about to say that's the problem. Let's see. TJ, I am cracking up. Jameis is a better stopgap for the next 3 years. Yeah, with better coaching. With better coaching, he is. Let's see. Getting rid of Carr fix everything. Anything. he needs to take Allen, Carmichael, and Loomis with him. I can tell you right now, I'm just being this. All I can do is just be honest with y'all. I really feel like these dudes want out. Like I ain't never seen a professional football player on social media talking so reckless. Like usually these dudes are kind of like PC, right? Keep things within house. But I mean, like, man, Michael Thomas was talking like he don't even play football no more. You know what I'm saying? Like he one of them like talking heads or something. Not like he got a contract on a football team. Like this dude was like out there really to risk it all to tell like the entire Who Dat Nation like this dude ain't it. And you can look at Alvin, like these dudes are tired of this, man. When these guys aren't like when guys aren't used to losing, when guys aren't used to failing, when they ain't used to being in these type of predicaments, people like man, these dudes want out. And I'm telling you, man, like this dude is bad. This dude is bad mojo, dog. Like he is bad mojo. Like the body language, like I didn't even really see too many guys over there like trying to encourage him. Like you seen like when Alvin Kamara scored, he dapped him off or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, man, it's like nobody like really too much care for this dude. I'm serious, man. Like I'm not saying this to try to create a narrative. Like I want to be wrong about this guy. Like I didn't want to go into this. Like anybody go back. Like anybody that goes and watch some of my old commentary on Derek Carr, I sound like two different people. Like I expected for this dude to succeed, but it ain't working. It is not working. This dude personality does not mesh, and he's disingenuous and phony. And guys see this. Guys see this stuff. They see it. You can't hide it. You only can fake the funk for so long before people realize who the heck you are. And right now, this dude is faker than a $3 bill. And people they caught on to that. Misdemeanor crimes is lying, and I never use profanity, not one time. I said, mess with you, TJ, but why is that person making up stuff? I don't know if I don't think that was about you, Willie. I don't think that was about you. I think it was more in coincide of why I was saying, like, why people, like, as far as, like, moderators would, check somebody. That's what I was saying. I think she was more piggybacking off what I was saying more so than what you said. Her comment wasn't like directed towards you. I don't believe it was. I think it was more so about what I said as far as like how, moderators are supposed to like kind of police the chat. TJ, Dennis has to force Carr back in the lineup to justify the money. Well, all I'm saying is like, don't say you ain't have no problem with Jameis Winston last year when this dude was a healthy scratch ever since. Well, if he was dressed to play, but you ain't let him play because of his back. But your quarterback that you selected, this man has been hurt more times than I ever seen. Get caught get carted off the field more than Paul Pierce around his mug. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like, what are we doing? The entire organization looks like some damn fools right now. Even the announcers are questioning the decision of Dennis Allen and upper management. Yeah, pretty much. And anybody notice that you ain't really show Dennis Allen on the sidelines that much today? I'm just wondering, like, I would like to see like his emotions as the team was struggling, at the beginning of the game. I ain't really see him too many times. Sorry, Saints fan, but us Winstonites are taking this show on the road next season. You know what? I think a lot of people might be happy about that situation, to be honest with you, Jerry. I ain't gonna lie to you. Says TJ, I hope Mike T does not leave. Man, that man gone. And you ain't talking like this and don't be gone. He is a leader of the team. They have the right to say the truth. Well, I tell you what, I mean, he has the right to say the truth, but interacting on social media the way that he did, and then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, as of the making of this podcast, he deleted his Twitter. So, I mean, take that for what it is. I don't know, somebody like called him on it, or somebody probably seen it, told him like to take the stuff down, and maybe he got into it with somebody. I don't know. Old school gamers, as messed up as it sounds, I hate we came back the way that we did, because I know he gives DA a way out exactly during the press conference. I hope the Lions put it on us, so it would have put some heat on Mickey. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they came back, it just kind of helped the cause of Dennis Allen, which is sad, by the way. Let's see, what quarterback you think is going to have success under Pete? Probably not many quarterbacks gonna have success under Pete, but at the same time, if Derek Carr is that guy, he gonna rise above coaching. See, that's what people aren't understanding. Like, people like, look, you can't say a quarterback is elite if he can't rise above coaching. I've never seen a quarterback, I promise you, I've never seen a quarterback that has been dubbed elite that could not rise above coaching. Like, think about this. What elite quarterback you know that is in the, like, who has the reputation of being a top tier elite quarterback, has not risen above coaching? We seen Drew Brees not have Sean Payton for an entire year, and his stat line looked virtually identical, if not better, without him. We seen Tom Brady win without Bill Belichick. We seen Aaron Rodgers win without Mike McCarthy. We seen Joe Montana win without Bill Walsh. We seen Dan Marino win without Don Shula. So my thing is, like, if you're going to call a guy elite, if you're going to call a guy a top tier quarterback, he has to rise above coaching. So despite the fact who his offensive coordinator is, he should still be able to see the field enough to make us feel comfortable that we have the right guy in place. And that is what people are not understanding. If I got to shape and mold you into something in order to make people, to convince people that you're good, then you're not that good. Like, it's that simple. Like, oh, if the coaching was better, or like, think about this. If Drew Brees was the quarterback of this team right now, if Drew Brees with no Sean Payton, Dennis Allen was his coach, does anybody feel that the Saints would be 5-7? Does anybody, like, honestly, does anybody believe, in the chat, does anybody believe if Drew Brees was the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, even with Pete Carmichael as his offensive coordinator and Dennis Allen as his coach, would he be 5-7? See, that's what people aren't understanding. Like, you cannot make a dude elite. I don't care. You completely leave the elite conversation if you need things around you in order for you to look serviceable. And that is what Derek Carr is. He is serviceable. You can get more out of him by probably having better coaching. I'll agree with that with Pete Carmichael. But that, therefore, because they have to move heaven and earth for you to be successful, you're not elite. So let's not make this dude elite. He is not a part of the upper echelon quarterbacks. He is not in a conversation with Josh Allen. He is not in a conversation with Joe Burrow. He is not even in a conversation with Kirk Cousins, if you want to be honest with you. Kirk Cousins actually won something. This dude is bottom shelf. This dude is E&J. This dude is McCormick. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a little buzz off of it, but it ain't Hen. It ain't Crown. It ain't Louis the 13th. It ain't none of that. It ain't Cristal. It's none of those things. He is bottom shelf. He is you walking in a store and looking straight down at the E&J. That is what he is. Like I said, give you a little buzz, but it's going to make your stomach hurt the next day. It ain't going to go down smooth like the Hen. It ain't going to go down smooth like the Crown. That's top shelf guys right there. That's the Drew Breeses. That's the Tom Brady's. If we talking modernized football, we talking Patrick Mahomes. We talking Joe Burrow. We're talking some of these guys. Like, come on, man. Why are we trying to turn E&J? Why are we trying to turn E&J into top shelf alcohol? Just not happening. What do we, like, seriously? Like I said, E&J, it'll get the job done a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, mix it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know how it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you'll have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to do a two-step in a cup, got a little brandy, but it ain't top shelf. It ain't top shelf, though. Y'all know it ain't. I'm talking about, man, you know about E&J. Come on, man. Like, seriously, that's bottom shelf. Like, any liquor store you go into, you walk up in that thing, go look down, you go see E&J at the bottom of the shelf. You gonna see it at the bottom of the shelf, man. It gonna be right there with the Grey Goose, the Hypnotic. You know what I'm saying? It gonna be in there, man. You know, that's just what it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? For Loco. You know what I'm saying? That's where you at. You know what I'm saying? Get the job done, but it ain't top shelf. And that's all I'm saying. That's my whole point, man. Coaches don't cause DC to miss all the passes, fumble. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, bottom tier quarterback, bottom tier quarterback. This is my evaluation of quarterbacks. If I gotta squint an eye, if I gotta have a Perry Mason opening argument to justify your play, you not elite. Like, think about it. Like, the elite quarterbacks that you name, soon as you say their name, end of discussion. If I say Patrick Mahomes, is he elite quarterback? End of discussion. You know, like if I say Jalen Hurts, end of discussion. If I say Joe Burrow, end of discussion. All of these guys have proven in big games, in big moments, and in the absence of them, the team just falls off the face of the earth. I can make an argument that the Raiders, without Derek Carr, are a better football team today than they were with him on the team. I'm just saying, man, everybody ain't lying. If the Raiders let you go, and because they feel like there wasn't enough there, and you get to the New Orleans Saints, and Saints fans are having that same type of thoughts about you, what does that mean? Everybody ain't crazy. Everybody isn't losing their mind. Make Drew the offensive coordinator next year. Where you saw a great quarterback lose out. Carr is code 45. Carr is the black sticky stuff on the bottom of the barrel. Look, I ain't gonna say that the dude that there's not anything there. I just feel like he needs things around him to succeed. You need like Jared Goff type stuff where Ben Johnson is talking in his headset till the headset goes out. That's what he kind of needs to me. Carr is the tub ring. You got me LOL because back in the day I was drinking E&J, but times have gotten better. Yeah, man. I mean, look, you know better, you do better. In this case, in both cases, right? You know better now that he's not really the answer. So do better by drafting a quarterback. The difference is the Raiders are delusional. Saints fans aren't delusional. Saints fans are. Willie, thank you very much for the $5. Says Carr is like that grime by the toilet on the bathroom floor. Willie, clean that up, man, for your wife get you, man. Man, better get that mop, man, before she gets you. Let's see Milwaukee's best. Carr also got the ref hurt. Man, I ain't gonna say that, man. That was just an unfortunate situation. The chain, I guess, like the chain official ended up getting hurt. That was nasty right there. That was I'm not even sure if that wasn't a compound fracture or not. That looked pretty nasty, man. Pretty gruesome right there. Carr is a car with no wheels. DA is the drunk driver. Push B. Hey, y'all, man. Man, we about to wrap it up in a second, but I'm gonna take a few more of your comments. Give people just maybe like a minute just to kind of put your comments in there. I'll read them before we get out of here. Carr already read that one. Says, I think I like this one with Cartel. Says, what if Jake Haener and a new left tackle is all we need to move the ball a bit, TJ? You know, if that's the case, then I'm all for it. But I just feel I just don't want this young man to come in and lose his confidence, man. And I don't want Saints fans to like prejudge this dude, and this is not the best situation because we've been talking about this not being a really positive situation for a young guy to develop. So I just feel like you go out there and he probably struggles a little bit, and then the next thing you know, people are like booing this man out of the building saying, "Oh man, he sucked." Like, but we've been talking for weeks that this coaching staff can't elevate anybody. And I just feel like that wouldn't be fair. So I'm not mad at Jake Hayner not playing and being and not, you know what I'm saying, and not dressing up or suiting up, I should say. I ain't got no problem with that at all. Let's see. Losing out is the only chance for brainless Mickey to make changes. I agree. Damon, hey TJ, real quick thoughts on CM Punk back. I think I already you already asked me that on the last podcast. Yeah, I mean, look, I like it. You know, I ain't got no problem with it. I think that he got a lot of matches he can take a part in at WrestleMania and down the stretch. So I think it's a good look, you know, as long as he come in there and don't like rub anybody the wrong way. Let's see. I'm still in good spirits, everyone. Jerry, that's good, man. I think it's probably because you just realized that, you know, she ain't coming home. You know? Like, she ain't coming home, man. Yeah, like you already done made up in your mind. Like, man, shoot, I didn't ask her to come home too many times, man. And she said she gonna do better, but she just didn't come home. All right. It's almost like JJ and Debbie Allen on the episode of Good Times when he found out that Debbie Allen was a junkie. And you know, and James in Florida called him on the phone and he was like, I don't believe you. And then James was like, she on the stuff, man. And then all of a sudden JJ was like, y'all do anything to keep us apart. Then he goes into the bathroom and the window up and the wind blowing. And he realized he was engaged to a crackhead. I mean, right now, Jerry, you done realized that Debbie Allen went out the window. Debbie Allen went out the window, man. She looking for a next fix, bro. You done realize she gone, man. And that's how Saints fans feel, man. They feel like, look, ain't no changes coming, man. It's just wishful thinking at this point. No need to like mess up my Sunday. No need to ruin the rest of my day. You know, ain't no need to do all that because Debbie Allen went out the window. In this case, Dennis Allen then went out the window a long time ago. That's a good play on words, right? And I didn't even realize the DA and DA. But anyway, if DA gets fired, who is the interim coach? Ryan Curry or Doug Marrone, one or the other. I would say Ryan Curry. I didn't know that. I forgot Debbie Allen was on Good Times with JJ. Yeah, that episode she was on there like she was engaged to JJ, but she was addicted to heroin. And you know, she had like a purse that was similar to Thelma's, and JJ mistakenly took the wrong bag with her stuff in there. And Thelma came out the room. She was like, I got a bag. It's not what's the bag, it's what's in it. He was like, they opened it up and they had the syringes in there and stuff. And man, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Some of y'all older generations, the 30+ year olds, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all done seen that episode 20, 30 times. TJ Carr is an old box car that used to race in the city enough with great or white hope. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, look, you got to give people credit where credit is due. Look, Prime has come on this show. He has called into the show. He has commented on the show. And the way that this season is going is the exact same way this dude been saying since the beginning. So I think we have to give Prime Stem Realm his credit for how he felt this season was going to go under Derek Carr. And it has been the exact way that he said it. Like the exact same way he said it was going to go. So I got to give him credit on that one. Because he been saying this, like, I ain't talking about like week 5. Like, he been saying this like in the off season. that this wasn't going to work out. And boy, does he sound like Nostradamus today. The boy, a pack of vanilla Remington Steers. Hey, TJ, I've been around this podcast a long time, and us being longtime Saints fans, realizing our feelings been fading away from this team, we actually laugh at it nowadays. Yeah, I mean, look, you got to laugh sometimes. I mean, look, I still love this football team. I still love them. I'm still going to watch the same game, and I'm still going to have the same level of optimism that they can actually right the ship, but just not with the way things are going right now. And to be honest with you, it just makes me just feel like if they don't have enough confidence or enough ability to go find the next Sean Payton, why should we have enough confidence and abilities to feel like we should spend our hard-earned money to see this team play football? Like, seriously, like that's what I feel about it. Big Q got to run that fade if he ever comes to Atlanta. What are we talking about, man? Jared, what you got against Big Q, man? Big Q is like one of the most nicest human beings ever. Like, you know, like what you got against Big Q? What he did to you, man? Shouts out to Big Q. Big Q is a really good person. What he did to you, man. Let's see. That's a good call, Pawpaw. Sight. Yeah, it's a good call, Pawpaw. They used to have. I got my son here, my 4-year-old son. For those that don't know Paxton, you want to say hello?
Oh, hi.
Okay, so Paxton, there was this old commercial back in the day called Pawpaw Camper City, and you know what the slogan was? It say, "That's a good car, Pawpaw."
Yes, a good car, Papa.
Yep, that's what they used to say. Yep, and they used to kick the tires. They'd be like, "Kick, kick." It's a good car, Pawpaw. So that's what they were talking about. All right, got my son here, man. Sometimes you gotta give him teachable lessons, even on live streams. Laughing is like medicine. Even on a bad day, laughter is a good for the soul. Yeah, I mean, look, I ain't about to stop my day. I got a 4-year-old son here that I love to death, man. He sits up here and asking me a bunch of questions about football, and that's what I get. That's what I love. The fact that he sees a football game on TV and he runs upstairs to tell me about it. Like, that's what I care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's the best part about this and watching him grow is the fact that I get an opportunity to share some of these things with him, go to football games with him. Like, we're supposed to be going to our first Coastal Carolina basketball game together soon, right, buddy? Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
Daddy,
Huh?
are you making the grand tree?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish. We're gonna finish up the Christmas tree right after this show. We about to get out of here. Says Paxton growing up. Yeah, man, Paxton has been part of this for a long time, man. A lot of y'all have watched him, you know, grow. I mean, from the time where it was like 2 or 3 months on here. Yeah, I mean, he's been on the show like 2 or 3 months when I was holding him, you know, in my arms, you know, when he can barely do anything. But I just want to say to everybody, yeah, thank y'all so much for being here, good, bad, and indifferent. I know this is tough times in the Who Dat Nation, but y'all stay, you know, y'all stay supportive of the show, and I really do appreciate that. Before we get out of here, let me go ahead and read that line that we got. I got Flo in my ear from Progressive on the ESPN website. I'm trying to wait a minute.
What happened?
I'm sorry, y'all. I got Flo in my ear from Progressive because I'm on the ESPN website. But anyway, we got Derek Carr, 17 of 22, 226 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We got Jameis Winston, 2 of 5, 41 yards. We got Taysom Hill, 13 carries for 59 yards. Alvin Kamara, 14 carries for 51 yards. Jamal Williams, 5 carries for 10 yards. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jamal Williams like looking like a waste of money right now. I don't know. Like, he is not running the ball well. Like, he looking like fool's gold if we being honest. Like, not a real good number 2 punch to Alvin Kamara. Chris Olave, 5 carries for 5 catches for 119 on 8 targets. You got Alvin Kamara, 6 catches for 58 yards. A.T. Perry, 1 catch for 30 yards. Should have had 2 catches for about 80 yards. But Foster Moreau, 2 catches, 28 yards. Taysom Hill, 2 catches, 15. Jimmy Graham had 1 catch, which was a touchdown, a 6-yard touchdown. Jamal Williams, 1 catch, 6 yards. Lynn Bowden, 1 catch, 5. Derek Carr fumbles the football once, recovered by the Lions. Paulson Adebo, 8 tackles. And this is what gets lost. This was get lost as well. Like, Paulson Adebo played outstanding today. How many times did we hear like Amon-Ra St. Brown's name? Like when Paulson Adebo was guarding him. You didn't. Like, he had that touchdown, but it was because there was a good play call by Ben Johnson putting Zach Bourne on Amon-Ra St. Brown. He gonna win that. So that's what get lost in this, unfortunately. But Paulson Adebo had a good game. Let's see. Nephi Sewell, another linebacker, had a nice game. I think that's something there the Saints may need to look at. 8 tackles. You got Nate Shepard, 5 tackles. Isaac Yadam, Demario David, Jordan Howden, Colin Sanders had 4. Alante Taylor, Carl Granderson, Malcolm Roach had 3. Zach Bond, Cameron Jordan, Tano Passanio, Brian Brzee, Jonathan Abram had 2. Keep in mind, Cam Jordan had 2 tackles at halftime. Just want to put that out there. James Hurst, which is an offensive lineman, keep that in mind. Taysom Hill, Isaiah Foskey, Tyrann Mathieu, J.T. Gray, Ty Summers, and Adam Prentice all had a tackles. So that's the way that it goes. Lynn Bowden had an 18-yard average on kick returns, which is pretty decent. But all in all, man, look, the Saints are not a good football team. Won't change until they actually come to grips at what type of team they actually are. I'm just over this, man. I'm over it. I'm laughing right now because all you can do is laugh at this point. It's not really funny when you think about it, but you got to laugh from crying sometime because the organization is just so freaking delusional when it comes to this team. And it's just sad that we know that even though they was getting their brakes beat off of them, we know that Mickey Loomis is going to be looking at this as, as a big up for Dennis Allen. Look how hard those guys are fighting. Just because he don't want to go out here and get a coach that may think differently from him because he's afraid that maybe somebody may ask him to actually do something and he can't hide behind the coattails. Hide behind the coattails of Sean Payton and Drew Brees anymore. Maybe that's it. Right? But in reality, we realize that he's not very good without him. Right? Maybe it was just one of those situations where you walk into a store and you buy a lottery ticket and you win a lottery. Now, all of a sudden, you exhausted all your money. Now you're trying to go back and trying to win the lottery again. Not realizing that it's like a 1 in 100 million chance that you'll actually win a lottery, right? But he's trying to win the lottery again and just not happen. You're on here policing people and on Big Q. I don't even know what you're talking. I don't even know what he's talking about. What are you talking about, man? Your ends get what? Your ends get and on Big W policing. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know if that's for me. I don't know if that's for somebody else, but what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Carr is some Newports. Let me scroll down real bit. Let me see. Crimes, were you the one who put me in? Man, what are we talking about? What are we doing? Like, I think it's that part of the end of the show. Everybody just kind of upset about the game. So maybe, we just kind of taking our frustrations out on each other. Man, don't let this team stop us and distract us, and, from each other. Like, we the Who Dat Nation. It's about love and support. Let's support one another. We may not agree with what everybody's saying, but let's just show some respect for one another, man. Don't let this team, like, drive a wedge between the fan base. Because I know a lot of people, like, it's human nature. Like, if you frustrated about something, you come here and, sometimes, because you're frustrated, you just ready to kind of unleash on some things. So let's not do that, all right? Let's not do that, man. Let's show some love. But thank you all so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Really do appreciate it. Previous episodes available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. Also, you can check me out on social media on X, formerly known as Twitter, at TJAYJones8. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Till next time, all I got to say is...
Who dat?
Hey, don't let these tears fool you. There's all dog around this mug. I'm good.